All right. Hey, today we want to talk about how to buy before you sell, talking about decoupling the buyer side and the seller side transactions, which you'll see solves a lot of problems. But today, Eric Meadow on the call. You're with Flyhome Loans.
Yeah, Flyhomes Mortgage Wholesale. That's right.
Sorry, I knew I was wrong when I said loans. But I wondered maybe you could give a little background information. I guess what your background is in the industry.
Yeah, so I'm a longtime mortgage guy. Got into the industry in 1999 as a loan originator. Have worked consistently until through present a number of roles: sales leadership, operations leadership, executive leadership. I'm currently with Flyhomes, running their wholesale channel. And we're announcing pretty soon some pretty cool opportunities, some partnerships to be able to utilize our innovative buy before you sell products and bring that to the industry in an environment that is good for both lenders and for real estate agents.
Perfect. So I think when we first met, what really caught my attention was you kind of dispelled a myth. And so that myth to me was that you are able to sell. I'm sorry. So that myth to me was that you're able to go out and buy your next home without selling your current home, um, and have the current home underlying mortgage be excluded from your qualifying ratios. And that is because of some underwriting guides that let you exclude that debt as long as you have a non financing contingent offer in place that will close within a reasonable amount of time after the purchase of your next home. I think I said that correctly, but that to me was a little bit eye opening to me. And really what started this whole conversation.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, William. So, the notion, the concept of buy before you sell is reasonably new, uh, in so much as there hasn't been a whole lot of demand or innovation around this idea uh, before, say, 6 or 7 years ago. Fly Homes is an example. We got into this in about 2018, creating the Power Buyer experience. But before that, there wasn't a whole lot of demand or opportunity to do this. That being said, Freddie and Fannie have had on their books, on their sellers uh, guidelines, which created this opportunity, and that's been on their books for forever. There just hasn't been a whole lot of innovation of programs and products designed to help kind of facilitate that. So what we set out to do was really to decouple the sales process and the buy side process so that homeowners were empowered to go out and buy their next home before they closed on their departing residence, which really frees them up to do a lot of things and have a lot of flexibility. A couple years ago, it meant they could secure their next home in a very competitive inventory environment and uh, eliminated the fear of selling their home, having a pocket full of cash, and no place to go. Today, it settles some potentially different fears. The fear around the timing of when that departing residence will sell. Everybody knows they will sell their home, but they can't exactly define the precise time when they will. So lenders, realtors, and more importantly, homeowners are all sort of paralyzed until that sell side transaction closes before they move forward with the buy side. And we sought to create a program that really flipped that script on its head and allowed folks to go out and buy before they sold using the agency guidelines and our pretty innovative uh, uh, option contract that we've created for this purpose.
So I think one of the things that was most interesting to me is because I was actually, when we spoke, I was kind of going through this process. And so it was fresh on my mind. But there were kind of two motivations, I think, that drive this on the buyer side. Now, the motivations for lenders and realtors to want access to a product like this, I think, are very intuitive. And that's mostly who's probably going to be listening to this. But on the client side, to me, that's it. One, they want to be able to get their home purchased and secured and get out of their current home so that they can do some renovations, clean up, stage it. So they don't have to have people walking through the home while they're in the process of moving and living there and they're trying to sell it. So it cleans things up quite a bit. But then you mentioned it here. And so just kind of, I'm just summarizing what you said. But you have people who don't know how long it's going to take to sell their current home, but they've maybe found the property that they want and they don't want to lose out on that opportunity because it's dependent on this other one. Now, they're certain they can sell their home, right? No one's really afraid that they can't sell their home. It's just a matter of how quickly, the details of being able to make that happen. And so being able to decouple that solves both of those scenarios, which I would say are exceptionally common scenarios.
Agreed. Agreed. I've I've been through it a number of times. You mentioned that you just recently went through it. Uh, the logistics and timing and planning and emotions associated with buying and selling real estate, it's probably one of the most stressful experiences we go through. Now, it can be very positive as well, right? It can be an exciting thought, a new job in a new market, new addition to the family. There's a lot of motivating factors that cause people to want to buy, right? To go ahead and change where they live and move on with their lives. Our job is to help kind of support that and then reduce the risk and the fear and the pain associated with that transaction. So yeah, while in different markets there are different motivations, today we're starting to see more people who are less sure of the exact timing. Like you said, they know their home is going to sell, but they would like that. I'll use this word, it's not technically correct, but I'll use it. They would like that bridge, right? They like that opportunity to go ahead and focus on the buy side, knowing they're going to sell their house, but not know when exactly. But go ahead and focus on the buy side, get under contract, allow their lender to go ahead and get them financed and closed and moved in. And then we give them upwards of 120 days to go ahead and get that house sold once they bought their new home. And we can go more into the detail of the product, but that 120 days is really a game changer for folks.
So I know, for them to get a ton of detail on this, they probably just want to talk to you. But in about 1 minute, can you explain the product, how it works, the concept behind it? Because we're not talking about like a common product that people are like, oh, you're a this. It's
Right.
completely new, which we've
Yeah.
struggled at MonitorBase in being able to define ourselves. But I wondered if you could kind of, knowing there's not a category, can you define how you guys go about doing this in about a minute?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a fairly traditional purchase sales agreement that we go under with the homeowner. So people are familiar with iBuyers. We are absolutely not an iBuyer, but you could start with that sort of basic premise, right? You work with us, we go under contract. We do offer you, it's a conservative offer, right? And that is done very intentionally that we won't spend any time on right now. But with our contract, your lender is able then to disregard your trailing debt and focus only on your new debt obligation associated with the permanent purchase money financing that they're putting forward for you and focus exclusively on that. And then we give you up to 120 days once you've closed on the new purchase in which to either sell us the house under the terms of the contract, or we'll let you cancel it if you've received a better offer and you're selling to somebody else for a higher amount using the realtor of your choice. So it's a traditional purchase sale agreement with optionality that we've really innovated and helped create an environment where people can buy before they sell and still sell the house as they see fit.
Well, and I love that it protects the realtor relationship too, because I know that's super important for, the lender and the realtor side of the relationship in this process. The buyer might not, that might not matter to them, but for an originator or a realtor trying to do this, that's going to be really crucial. So, you know what? I think that covers what we're trying to cover today. I really appreciate it. And if someone wants to get in touch with you, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so there's any number of ways. Probably cell text is best. That's 530-615-9752. They can certainly check out. We have a number of websites around our products. Homesaleassured.com, flyhomes.com/partner, flyhomesmortgage.com. All of those websites will ultimately lead back to me, or my email, which is emeadow@flyhomesmortgage.com.
Awesome, Eric. I appreciate it today.
Thanks, William.